Are you good at managing time? Not really. Looking back on how I've done, I haven't kept pace with my plans many times. Or, not really. Looking back on how I've done, I haven't done my plans according to the set time. Not really. Looking back over the years, I've often failed to keep the schedule I made to achieve my goals, such as improving my English speaking skill, reading books, and whatnot. Or, definitely not. Looking back over the years, I've often failed to keep the schedule I made for myself. This includes studying English, reading books, and others. Not really. Looking back on it now, I've often broken the promises I made each day, but I keep making conscious effort to manage my time. Or, not really. Looking back, I often don't accomplish the activities I plan for each day, but I keep making a conscious effort to manage my time. It's because as I get older, I realize how precious my time is. Or, realization comes as we get older, so I value my time more now. It's because as I get older, I notice how important my time is. Or, it's because as I mature, I came to realize that time is important. These kinds of thoughts are gradually growing as I became older. Or, these realizations gradually cross my mind as I become older. How do you manage your time? Well, I manage my time by not thinking about it. Or, well, I don't actually manage my time strictly. As I mentioned, I'm not the type of person who makes a schedule in detail. Or, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not the type of person who sticks to the schedule. As I just said, I'm not the type of person who makes a plan and works accordingly, setting the time and all. It's such a hassle for me to make a timetable for everything. Or, it's such a hassle for me to write down all the details on the paper. Though, normally, I just select the most important thing to do for the day and prioritize it. Or, though, normally, I just see to it that the most important thing to do is prioritized and accomplished. Hence, after doing that, I can do the other non essential things. Or, hence, after doing that, I can do other miscellaneous tasks. Either that or I decide the amount of work that needs to be done on a particular day without any particular order and work accordingly. So, if you say managing time, I am average in it because sometimes things go here and there, but either way, I make sure that I do my best to take responsibility and work hard. Or, so when it comes to managing time, I can say that I manage my time fairly because sometimes things don't go as planned. Nevertheless, I make sure that I do my best and work hard on my responsibilities. When is it most important for you to manage your time? I'd say the time when I'm preparing for an exam is the most important period to put my utmost attention. Or, I'd say the period before an exam is the most important time to stay focused. It's because getting a high score is quite tough, so I really need to put more attention and invest my time in doing my studies and reviews. Or it's because getting a high score is challenging, so I really need to focus more and invest my time in studying. Why don't you plan a schedule in detail? Well, it's because I often felt that it's meaningless to plan ahead. Or, well, it's because I often think that it is not practical to plan ahead of time. It's because there were many instances when I planned ahead, but I wasn't able to follow the schedule. Absolutely. There have been many times when I felt the need to plan ahead, especially when having something important to do, but they didn't go as planned. Or, absolutely, there were times when I needed to plan ahead of time, especially something important, but it didn't go as planned. Thus, I think I might as well play it by ear rather than fall back on a plan, knowing that it will likely not go as planned. But it doesn't mean that I don't prepare at all. Or, thus, I might as well play it by ear and be flexible, rather than fall back on a plan, but it doesn't mean that I don't prepare at all.